Hello, my name is Spencer Ford with Conservative Financial Solutions, and today I want to talk to you about market math and how market math works and how it affects you and your portfolio. So thanks for watching this video. All right, again, so we're going to talk about market math today and how market math works. And what I've come to find is many people make the mistake of thinking my portfolio is down 10%, so I need to be up 10% in order to break even. And that's actually not the case. And it's not that people don't understand math. It's just they live their daily lives. They don't have time to really think about it to its logical conclusion. But as soon as you see it and talk about it, you realize like, oh, that makes sense. That if I'm down 10%, I actually need to be up more than 10% in order to break even. And this next chart really illustrates that. So if you were down 10%, you actually need to be up 11% in order to break even again. So if you had $10, you lost $1, 10%, you'd have $9. In order for that $9 to be $10 again, it'd have to grow by 11%. In our next example, if you lost 25%, so your $10 is now $7.50. In order to have $10 again, it would have to grow by 33% in order to have $10 again. And this point really drives it home for most people. So if you had $10, you lost 50%. So now you have $5. Well, in order to have $10 from $5, that $5 would have to double or grow by 100% in order to have $10 again. And that's the way that the market works. Another great example of this is when you get to retirement, not only are you potentially going to have a market loss, but you're taking income as well. So how can that income affect a down market and how long it takes for you to recover? And that's what this chart really shows in our example. So if you're down 10%, you need to be up 11% in order to break even. But if you're taking 5% withdrawals and you're doing that over a 5-year period, you would actually need to be up 44% in order to break even. If there was a 20% decline, you would need to be up 25% in order to break even. But if you're taking 5% withdrawals over a 5-year period, you would need to be up 62%. If you were down 30, you'd need to be up 85%. So what really becomes significant when you enter into retirement and you're taking income is making sure that you really mitigate those losses. We tell families all the time that really those large down years tend to hurt you more than those large up years help you. And this is the reason why right here. I want to walk you through another example that just highlights another expression that we have in our office, and that is losing less in order to win more. So there's two portfolios I want to give you an example of, and we'll just show you. You have ABC portfolio for the first one, and we'll just say your neighbor's invested in this one. So you have $100,000, and we've gone over this example in a previous video, but I like the way it really brings to light some different characteristics you want to pay attention to when you're thinking about risk and risk capacity. So you start off with $100,000 the first year, it's up 50%. So obviously it's a bang up year, a fantastic year. And the $100,000 grows to $150,000. The next year is not so great. The market goes down 35%, your portfolio goes down 35%, or your neighbor's portfolio in our example, or it goes down $52,500. So after 2 years, they now have $97,500. They have less money than when they started. You, on the other hand, you didn't want to have as much risk in your portfolio, so you chose a different path. You went with XYZ portfolio, and you put in $100,000. And in the first year, you weren't up 50%. You were up 20%. So your portfolio grew to $120,000. And the next year, again, the market was down, but you're not taking as much risk. So you're not down 35%, you're down 10%. And that 10% is $12,000. So the good news is after that 2-year period, you have $108,000. You still have more money than you put in. If you're taking a 4% distribution, you still have more money than what you put in. But what I want you to notice though is if you look at average return, the average return of this portfolio, if you take 50 minus 35, that's 15%. So 15% cumulative over that 2-year period, divide by 2 for 2 years, this portfolio averaged 7.5%. How misleading is that? Average 7.5%, but you have less money than what you put in. This portfolio, 20 minus 10 is 10, divided by 2 for that 5-year period. This portfolio averaged 5%, but you have more money than what you put in. You might be saying, okay, Spencer, like, this is obviously kind of an egregious example that's meant to highlight a point, and you're absolutely right. So let's look at a different example that shows more than a 2-year period. And if you look at more than a 2-year period, that's what this is showing right here. So I'm just going to read this to you real quick, okay, so to show you what this is showing. So this says, if you invested $100,000 in the S&P 500 index before the financial crisis in 2009, your portfolio would be worth roughly $408,120. So that's going from October 9th of 2007 to 12/31 of 2021. So your $100,000 is now $408,120. If you invested differently over that same time period, such that you received less of the return when the market was going up, but less of the return when the market went down, your portfolio would be worth slightly more, roughly $410,998. And the way that this works is, what this is showing is only capturing 75% of the downturn, or 3/4, and then capturing 75% of the upside. So you're only capturing 75% of the downside, 75% of the upside, and by doing that, by mitigating your losses, and you're not getting as much as the ups either, but you're mitigating your losses, and this is what I was talking about. Those big down years can hurt you a lot more than those big up years help you. You actually end up with $410,998. And think about our example previously, where if you were taking income, there's really going to be a big difference between these two graphs, because in this side right here, you mitigated your downside by 25% every single time. And this is what we call win more by losing less, and it's really important when it comes to financial planning in the second half of your financial life. And you're really looking to make sure that you can produce the income that you need without taking on full market risk. So again, my name is Spencer Ford. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, we'll see you in the next one.